You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Wednesday, May 27. Here's what investors are watching in Korea today. We're doing a deep dive into Seoul Economic Daily's reporting, and we've got a brisk, numbers-heavy agenda for you today. We're unpacking the KOSPI's historic surge past the 8,000 mark, the banking sector's severe underperformance, a major plumbing overhaul for Korean trading, and, well, a localized space race.
Yeah, it's really a profound structural battle right now. Just looking at the KOSPI, which is Korea's main stock index, essentially they're equivalent to the S&P 500. It just closed in an unprecedented 8,047.51.
Wow, past 8,000.
Right, it's huge. And the consensus among the 5 research directors we analyzed is that reaching 10,000 is entirely feasible. But that requires non-semiconductor profit recoveries.
Huh.
You can't just be tech carrying the weight.
Wait, so I have to push back a little there because foreigners have already sold off. Over 90 trillion won this year. That's about 64 billion USD. Isn't that a flashing red light for you as an investor?
Well, on the surface, maybe. But it actually resembles more of a mechanical portfolio rebalancing. The actual looming threat is a potential June SpaceX IPO. They're targeting a 1.75 trillion USD valuation.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. If that happens, it acts as a massive liquidity black hole, draining capital away from Asian equities to participate.
Right, because capital is finite. And speaking of capital fleeing, while it chases those semiconductor megacaps, it is actively running away from domestic banks.
It really is. The KRX Bank Index, the sector tracker, actually fell 5%, while the KOSPI surged 22%. Their estimated 2026 price-to-book ratio, or PBR, which basically values a company against its net assets, is just a dismal 0.67x.
That is incredibly low. Why the huge valuation gap?
It's mostly due to the government's inclusive finance mandates. They're keeping loan rates artificially low, which physically caps what banks can earn and crushes their margins.
But with Treasury yields rising right now, are banks poised for, a massive catch-up rally?
They could be. The net interest margin, that's NIM, the gap between interest earned and paid, could really improve. If second quarter profits hit the projected 7.1 trillion won, which is about 5.1 billion USD, we could see capital ratio recoveries.
And that unlocks the door for major stock buybacks, right?
Precisely.
So to permanently boost those lagging valuations and, attract foreign capital back, the Korea Exchange is completely rethinking its market plumbing. We're looking at a debate to move to T+1 settlement by October 2027.
Yes, meaning your cash and shares settle one day after a trade rather than 2.
Right. It's like upgrading financial markets to next-day delivery. But, won't this create logistical nightmares for overseas buyers?
Yes, absolutely. Foreign investors face serious FX mismatches. Converting dollars to won operates on a totally different settlement timeline.
So they could just get stuck.
Yeah, it could temporarily lock offshore accounts out of trades altogether, which kind of defeats the purpose of trying to attract them back in the first place.
Man, that is a tough balancing act. And while regulators are debating trading speeds, real-world capital is moving super aggressively to consolidate Korea's aerospace sector.
Oh, definitely.
You have Hanwha Aerospace, part of a major K-ball, those large family-run conglomerates, spending 171.6 billion won. That's 122 million USD to raise its stake in Korea Aerospace Industries to 6.17%. Meanwhile, the Financial Supervisory Service is actively scrutinizing these transactions.
Right, and the ultimate goal for Hanwha is reaching an 8% stake with a 500 billion won, or 357 million USD, total investment by year-end. They want management participation to build a Korean SpaceX.
So vertically integrating missiles, satellites, and fighter jets.
Exactly. They want the whole ecosystem, targeting the kind of futuristic premium investors are hoarding cash for. And it leaves you with a final thought to mull over. As the KOSPI aims for 10,000, will the country's aggressive structural upgrades and aerospace ambitions outshine the heavy policy overhangs weighing down its legacy financial sectors?
That's today's AI PRISM Markets Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a Won IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.